Hello everyone, this is Indrayani here, or Shaayí, that's my Tlingit name. I originally made my YouTube channel for my students in Ukiah, but I've decided that I need to be more active on YouTube, specifically talking about animal welfare issues, veganism, animal rights, and other related issues. It's a growing issue, continuous issue regarding non-human animals, their lives, and how important they are, what they're feeling, how they're suffering, and by the millions, by the billions actually every year. And so our goal, this is my dad, is to make information regarding these issues more accessible to everybody. And so this is my dad, Craig.
Hi.
Do you want to say a little bit about yourself? Like what you're passionate about?
Hi, I'm Craig, and I believe that no sentient being should be made a slave or be used for meat products.
And so he recently became vegan. Well, not recently. You've been vegan for
About a year and a half.
Half.
About October 2019. Well, a year and some odd months.
Yeah. So he's very committed to this new lifestyle. It's not just a diet. It's about how we live. It's about not buying animal products. It's about supporting non-human animals and their well-being. I've been vegan for about 9 years, vegetarian before that for about 2 years, off and on. And I think we both realized that the impact that our diets and our lifestyles have on non-human animals. And so we both agree that this is a growing issue, and it's really important that everybody learns about it and that we change the way we're living for all creatures. And so we'll be updating you sometimes about our thoughts on these issues and maybe arguments we're having with other people or challenges we're having with animal welfare. So the most current thing is what my dad wants to talk about.
Hello. In the last couple of days, there are a couple incidents that came to the forefront in the news. I noticed that involved some geese and a Jack Russell Terrier. And
Joey.
Oh, Joey was our Jack Russell Terrier that passed away recently. Anyway, in Pioneer Square, Seattle, Washington, a 7-year-old man was walking his pet Jack Russell Terrier named Alice. As they were walking along peacefully, a 27 transient man came up and asked the dog walker, I can't remember his name, but asked him to give him his jacket.
This is an elder.
Elder, yeah, 67-year-old man. When he refused to give him his jacket, the guy tried to take it from him, and then the dog walker, whatever his name was, I can't remember, but pepper sprayed him. And the transient man backed off for a minute. Then he recovered from the pepper spray and kicked the dog so hard the dog went flying through the air and landed on her head, killing her, which is really, really a horrible thing.
Yeah, imagine having that happen to your own animal friend. You know, pets, people believe they have pets or are animal friends, like a lot of dogs, a lot of cats. Imagine somebody just going up to your animal friend and just kicking them, and then they're just out of your life like that. It's very traumatic.
Yeah, it's
Like I would be very, very upset if somebody did that to Joey. I would just be like,
of course.
I would just like run up to
Any
him.
animal.
I don't even know if I could hold back my anger at that point.
But it's surprising how much we're suppressed from even cows, dogs.
Right,
chickens.
which is your point, is that like this isn't just about dogs. Like so everybody, so you're saying that people in the area, in Seattle area, were upset. They're like, oh, why would somebody do this to a dog?
Right.
But you're like, what about
the pigs? What about the cows? What about the unheard millions that we kill every day just to feed our taste buds? It's semi-ridiculous. Not to say the Jack Russell Terrier death is horrible, because I love animals, but put into context, we do this to animals every day, in and day out.
We just don't see it.
We just don't see it.
So it's hidden from the public, and things even worse than this are happening to cows, to chickens, to pigs, to mice in animal testing labs, to cats and dogs in animal testing labs, and a huge array of situations that are hidden from the public and represented in different ways by industries, by the food industry, by the medical industry, by all these industries.
And just like the Jack Russell Terrier, these are all animals that have families. They express love and kindness and compassion. They have minds. They want to live. Just that people don't see them as living beings. They see them as pieces of well-cut meat they see in the supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
Check on the second story.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I think we could really consider what these beings are feeling. And the owner of the dog, is probably really, really sad. Is probably incredibly
He is heartbroken. Alice, the Jack Russell Terrier, was his only friend.
So he saw the dog as his companion, as his friend, and he emotionally connected to this being. And so, dogs are just very similar in how they feel and how they think and how they connect with other humans and other creatures, just like cows, just like chickens, just like pigs.
Actually,
etc.
pigs are known to be more intelligent than dogs, even.
So I think we need to consider, the enormity, the emotional enormity of the loss of all these creatures on a daily basis, and we can send our hearts out, send our prayers if you pray, or just send your positive thoughts out to those beings and to also with this specific situation, the owner of the dog. But yeah, let's go on to your second news update. What was the other news?
In Bellevue Square, this is also one
In
or two-
Washington.
in Bellevue Square in Washington, at an intersection, there was a family of geese. Two, I assume, a mother and a father geese and 4 little baby geese, walking.
Little fuzzy little baby.
Little fuzzy, yeah, walking across the
Aw.
street. And actually, that little scene caused all the traffic to stop. So every at the 4-way intersection, all the cars were stopped. So these geese travel across the street. But somehow, one car went barreling through and ran over all of them. Even though I wouldn't have said it was right in front of them in clear view, the driver could not have missed them and missed everyone stopped around, but drove right through the geese anyway, not knowing how many it killed. Now, of course, that put up another huge uproar amongst a lot of people. Of course, innocent beings being killed right in front of you. What would you think?
Right, and then this another example is like this is right in front of people, and then they
Right.
get upset. But then when it comes to the little chicks that are in these factory farms
That are being
getting
macerated into a blender, or the male cows that are being killed because they're male, or it goes on and on and
yeah,
on.
and if people actually saw that,
Yeah, everyone would be
like,
vegan.
oh my
You
god.
kidding me? Everyone would be vegan instantly if they actually knew the
Well,
truth.
not everybody.
Well,
There's a
99.9% of people. Actually, all of you out there now, you all have the vegan heart. If you care about animals, if you care about anything, you are vegan. You just don't know it yet.
If you feel like animals shouldn't suffer unnecessarily, if you feel like they have their own feelings and experiences, and if you feel like you yourself wouldn't want to inflict suffering on them, you probably would be vegan if you really thought about it. And
For sure.
not just thought about it, but felt into it. Feel your heart, feel your own feelings, and extrapolate and say and think and feel what are these other beings feeling when they're going through these situations of unnecessary suffering, of being
Right.
kicked in the head, of being slaughtered, their throats cut, them being shot in the head, being emasculated.
Right.
Like
It's when I heard those two stories, the geese and Jack Russell Terrier, it heartbroke me. But then again, if I thought about every day about the millions of beings being killed, I would be in despair constantly. But I just got to do what I can for the animals,
yeah.
and not just do my best for them instead of going down the pit of despair because millions of animals are being killed every day. Just
Well,
for our
not-
taste buds.
Not just for our taste buds, but in so many situations as well. Like, when you're driving on the freeway, you can actually, or on any road, you'll see roadkill. Roadkill, it's just like those little ducks, just like that family that got hit. And these are living beings that have their own lives, that are dying at the expense of human purposes, human desires, human wants. And we put ourselves above nature. We put ourselves above these creatures, and they're just dying by the billions, actually. And we're destroying their habitats. We're destroying our own ecosystem as well as their ecosystems, and causing them immense suffering. So yeah, this is one example, but I've seen raccoons, squirrels, mice, cats, what do you call those stinky ones?
Possums?
I don't know.
Skunks.
Skunks. I've seen skunks, and it's like, or deer even, and I was like, I just feel so sad. I'm like,
But
And we don't stop.
I know, but you can't feel sad about every single piece of steak. If you went to the grocery store, you'd be utter despair because of all the death there.
Well, maybe there's a way to feel that suffering, and I don't think it's bad to feel that suffering.
Of course
It's
not.
It's good. It's showing that we have feelings and that we are in touch with our emotions, and we can sense that other beings
And we
are
can do
suffering.
something about it.
Yeah, we can do something about it. So anyway, that's our update for now, and we welcome your responses if you have questions. Yeah, and we'll come back and
Do some more.
do more. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thanks.